Dragon Commander is a game I've been waiting for a while, and it's one that was on my radar for quite some time. I just didn't want to pay the full £29.99, 30 quid full price tag. It was one of those games you want, but you don't want to pay the full whack. So I waited, and it came in a sale for £4.49. I was a couple of p under. I sold a few trade cards, boom, managed to get it. Going to go through the bad points first, as there just aren't that many of them. It's a really likeable game, and I've had a lot of fun, and there is a hell of a lot of playtime. The dialogue options can be quite limited in the first half of the game, in the sense that it's a yes or a no, that's it. It's pretty much yes or no, and they're not very well fleshed out, but that gets better in time. Secondly, I don't like the unit design. The unit design to me seems really cartoony, and I know that's the style they've gone for, and basic, and I just don't find the units excuse me, that good. Also, there's one other thing. There's one character I cannot stand. This prick.
I'm getting used to, you know, to call you Commander. Verily, I was rather opposed to the notion, but Maxos in his infinite wisdom insisted we up the level of common courtesy toward you. Commoner would have done.
I can't stand that guy. He is so posh, he probably brushes his teeth with a swan and flosses with caviar. Oh my god, that guy does my head in. I can't stand stuck-up posh lads in real life who are born with money and wealth and still find things to be unhappy about, and I can't stand it in games when some prick is talking down to you and he talks to you like a real scumbag. I mean, I'm a working class lad, so I cannot stand posh people. They absolutely get my goat. But apart from that, that is it. Those three minor little niggles, and like I say, they're just tiny little annoyances. There's nothing major that I could find wrong with the game. Going on to the good points, I love the general sense of the game. Like, I love the general idea of the game and the concept of the game, and just all round, like, how it plays and looks. I really like it. I love my RTS games and I love RPGs. They're my two favourite games. So to have those two things together, because it is essentially an RPG and an RTS game, and it is really well done, and I've been waiting to get this for a while, so I'm so glad I managed to get it in a sale. Secondly, I like the hub section. When you're not in battle or it kind of plays out like a game of chess, like Total War, where you have your dialogue options, you have your business options, you know, your different delegates and your businessmen and people who oppose you, people who want to work with you. You have all these different personalities that you have to work with or work against, and choose who you want to have on your side, choose who you want to put in the background and keep in a locked cupboard, things like that. So I really like that. Also, I really like the real-time battles, because when you're not in a real-time battle, you can play it like a game of chess. So it's kind of like you have to split your units up, decide how many you keep over the continent. You could have a group of 2 in one area, 2 in the other, so you don't want to leave your forces too spread out, but then again, you don't want to have them all based in one area. Also, the characters in this game are fantastic. At one point, I haven't got to this section yet, but I know it happens, you get a wife, and also there's likeable ones like this.
How's it hanging, Commander? I'm Scott. Treat me mean, I'll scratch your eyes out. Treat me well, and I'll purr like a kitten. Your choice, Commander.
So it's not all bad, like that unlikable posh prick. There are likeable characters, like she's a little minx, and you get other ones. I quite like the dwarves and the not goblins, are they imps or goblins? Oh, I can't remember. Anyway, little ankle shagger looking things, really small. They're really cool. So yeah, you get a really good group of personalities in the game. There are people that, other personalities you'll be drawn to. Some people won't like certain people, so there's a good mix, but the general real-time battles are fantastic, and you get to play as a dragon, hence the name Dragon Commander. You are a half-born dragon or half-blood, whatever they call you, and you can, when the timer has counted down, because you can't spam the dragon and be a dragon straight from the go and just lay waste to everything. You have to wait for a timer countdown. Once the timer countdown has finished, you can join in, and you have to spawn where your troops are. You can't just spawn at the other end of the map, and it is very tactical. At the beginning, you will just get 1 or 2 bases that you have to build and defend and look after, but when it gets to 3 bases, at the minute I am really struggling. It gets so intense because you're trying to manage 3 bases, you're trying to manage, while playing as a dragon, you're then trying to manage your forces and your money and how many things you can build. You have to go for the other capture points, and I mean, it gets really, really hectic, and it can get a little bit overwhelming sometimes. So far I've been doing alright. I've not been trashed. I did fuck up at the beginning and I had to start a new game, but that was because it was my first game. I made a few bad decisions, split my army too weak, and just got annihilated. So I started again. I'm now on my second go on the campaign, and I've been really enjoying this, and it's well worth £4.49 that I got in the sale. Would I say it's worth the 30 quid? I don't know. It depends how much you're into RTS games. I think a lot of people would pay full price for this, and I don't tend to review the games. Like, I'm not, even though I'm going to be getting Fallout 4 on day one release, I'm not going to be doing reviews for that, purely because the big games. I'm mentioning this as well because someone at work asked me, how come you don't review, you know, like, I mean, even though I've got The Witcher 3, you know, I'm going to get Fallout, Call of Duty, stuff like that, I don't review the big games because there's just too much competition from the big boys, i.e. IGN, GameSpot, Giant Bomb, all the rest of it. So there's just too much competition with the big guys, so I tend to review the more smaller games that aren't that well heard of. So that's why I'm not doing full big blown AAA titles. The lifetime of this game is hench. It's massive. I mean, I've put 8 hours plus the 3 hours that I'd had on my first game that I wiped and started again, and I've barely scratched the surface. And I love the fact that you have to manage your money, how much research you're doing, because if you do too much research, you might not have enough money. You spend too much money and concentrate on your funds, you might not have enough research. You want to spend points on your dragon, your units, upgrading buildings. There are so many things to do in this game. You have to finally manage everything: your money, your research, your dragon points, everything. You even get cards. It has a card style of game, so what that means is you'll be given cards and you can earn cards. So say if you have a certain building on a continent, because you move from continent to country, from area to area, building up your empire, and the entire goal is to obviously wipe out the enemy and rule the world, as it were. And it is a lot of fun, and it is very intense. If you're someone that loves managing your finances and playing the Total War board game where you're not in the real-time battles, because you can auto-resolve battles. If you go to do a battle and it says this is a 90% chance you're going to win, obviously you can send one of your generals instead of you to do it to auto-resolve it, because there's no point playing the real-time game if you're going to 90% win, because you're going to smash them. You're just going to waste your time and theirs. So it's better to just auto-resolve. So you do get that option. On each continent or each bit of land, you can build one building, and then the more that you get, the more buildings you can build, the more research things you can gain, and you get more cards to play. And there are so many things to do and to keep you coming back. Even when you complete the game, there will be things to do. And overall, I would definitely say it's worth a go and worth a try. If you're into RTS, if you're into strategy, I mean, I know I just said that twice. If you're into role-playing games, and if you like dragons, I mean, you're a monster if you don't like dragons. You're a monster, and you should be ashamed of yourself. Everyone likes dragons. Yeah, Dragon Commander, definitely worth a go. If you see it in the sale, grab it. If it's not in the sale, well, it's up to you. It's your money. Been Frostfire, as usual. See you again soon. Should be a top 10 list coming sometime in the next few days. Hope you enjoyed the review. See you in game soon. Bye!